My father's hand hit the doorframe like a warning shot. His eyes never blinked. "Turn around," he said. "We don't want to see your face." Behind him, my brother leaned against the wall, arms folded, wearing that crooked, satisfied grin, the one he only used when he thought he'd won something. For a second, the cold November air filled my lungs like ice water. Then I simply nodded, smiled, and walked away. He thought he'd humiliated me. He had no idea. That night, their calls lit up my phone, one after another, like emergency sirens. I let each one ring. They could wait. People assume family betrayal hits differently. They're right. Growing up, my father used to put his hand on my shoulder and tell everyone, this one I trust. My brother would watch with that tight, jealous stare. He was the golden child, sure, but I was the reliable one, the one who built things quietly while he chased shortcuts. I used to believe blood meant something. Years later, I learned blood only matters to people who don't bleed you dry. It started a few months before Thanksgiving. Documents missing from my desk, numbers that didn't add up, a client sounding confused about a deal I apparently made. Every trail led back to the same place, my brother, and my father helping him. They'd used my name, my credibility, my work, then funneled everything into my brother's account. The plan was simple: pin the fallout on me and push me out of the family business I'd built from scratch. They thought I'd panic, cry, beg, but I just stood still, breathing slowly, letting the betrayal settle like dust on a table. I didn't shout, didn't confront them, didn't warn them, because I knew something they didn't. I kept receipts. All of them. The shift in my mind was quiet and surgical. I contacted the clients myself, clarified the misunderstandings, and sent them copies of the signed documents, my actual documents, not the altered ones my brother pushed through. Then I met with our accountant, then the board, then our lawyers. Everyone got the truth straight from the source. My brother's digital fingerprints were all over every fraudulent file, and my father's signature was on the approvals. I didn't tell either of them. I wanted them to feel safe. I wanted them to think I knew nothing. So when Thanksgiving rolled around and they blocked me at the door, acting like they were shutting out a disgrace, I understood the timing. They thought they were cutting me off before I embarrassed them. But really, they were standing on a cliff. And I was done holding the guardrail for them. When their calls finally slowed that night, I opened the first voicemail. My father's panicked voice cracked. "Call me back, now. There's been a misunderstanding." A second voicemail, my brother this time. "You need to stop whatever you're doing. You're overreacting. The board is asking questions. Just call me." A third, sobs in the background. My mother's voice trembling. "Sweetheart, please." I almost felt something. Almost. I waited until the next morning. Then I walked into the office at 9 a.m. sharp. The boardroom was full. My father, my brother, the partners, the legal team. My brother jumped up. "Look, we can fix this." I sat, calm, silent. The attorney slid a stack of papers across the table toward my father. Evidence, dates, signatures, transfers, messages. Piece by piece, I watched their faces collapse. My brother's grin vanished first. Then the color drained from my father's cheeks. He reached for anything, excuses, lies, the air, but nothing solid was left to hold. "I trusted you," he whispered. I stared at him, at both of them. "No," I said quietly. "You trusted me to stay blind." There was no shouting, no theatrics, just the slow, breathtaking realization spreading across their faces. I hadn't come to argue. I'd come to end it. The board voted, unanimous. My father, removed. My brother, investigated. Both barred from accessing accounts, offices, communications, anything. The company, my company, was placed entirely under my control. Funny how things balance out when you stop protecting the people who gamble with your life. I walked out of the building into the sharp winter air and finally let my lungs open. Not with relief, with clarity. They taught me something I should have learned a long time ago. Family isn't who shares your blood. Family is who doesn't hand you the knife. So when their numbers flashed on my screen again, begging, pleading, bargaining, I simply smiled and let it ring.